Hello, rock and rollers. Welcome to the 36th ElectroJet Rock Show. We're doing great or not so great. And today it's going to be on Diamond Dave Van Halen. About his singing, his lyrics, his performance, etc., etc. And I have with me from Los Angeles, the Professor.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We got a great episode tonight. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to our channel. Really appreciate your support.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the early Van Halen stuff. And we did cover them, I think, in one of the earlier episodes. I forget what number it was, like number 6 or something like that. His lyric writing is great. His singing is pretty good, very limited range. His performance, he's an athlete, so he's great there. Tended to be a little trashed on stage a lot, so sometimes the arrangements would suffer. The band members, like on the famous Oakland Unchained video from 1981, they're playing Unchained. He's supposed to come in. He doesn't do it, so the band has to circle around, back around again, so set him up once again. So, but, yeah, Dave... Van Halen, yeah, I'm a big fan of Dave. The records were little fillery on the Dave records up until like say 1984. I love Fair Warning is my favorite Van Halen, and the first one obviously is a friggin' masterpiece in many ways, which we did cover in the previous podcasts. Professor?
Yeah, I mean with Dave, I think he's a quintessential front man. I think he's great. I'm just going to say right out of the gate, he's great. Here's what I like about him. He's like an idea guy. He's got great lyrics. He's got a great sense of style, or he did anyway. Great sense of humor. Incredible sense of humor. He's awesome. He's a pistol. We've got the rock and roll attitude, the quintessential rock and roll attitude. And also really athletic frontman. So he did all those the kicks and stuff, which, by the way, he learned at the Jett Center, which was a Muay Thai martial arts club that was a dojo that was in North Hollywood, if I'm not mistaken. And it was run by a guy named Benny.
North Hollywood, California, that is, you rock and rollers.
The downside of Dave, I'd say, was his singing. I have to agree with Jett there, kind of limited range. And when he's good, he's good. But when he's bad, he's really bad. And unfortunately, lately, I think he's just kind of phoning it in a little bit. I would imagine after all those years of being on the road, though, it's hard to be perfect. But and then he sometimes maybe a little too much of the shtick. I mean, that's the allure of and the great side of Dave, but it's also maybe a little bit of the downside of him. Although, we actually met Dave in person. We played at the Troubadour, the band that I was in with Jett years ago.
The Troubadour, which is on Santa Monica Boulevard in Hollywood.
Yeah, we actually met Dave at the Troubadour Club in Hollywood, California. And we were playing there a long time ago, back before they were, I think it was while they were recording 1984. So it was 1983, 84. And one of our roadies came and told us, hey, Dave's downstairs in the bar just before we went on. But afterwards, we were loading our stuff in our trucks, and there's Dave in the alley. The side.
He was in the front, right in front of the Troubadour, right in the front on Santa Monica Boulevard.
And he's got that chopped and channeled 58, 59 Mercury, I think it was, that was in the Panama video. And he's kind of walking around out there. He's talking to a couple of people, so he saw us unloading our stuff. And, I don't remember exactly how we engaged him, but, he was really cool. He talked to us for quite a while. And, we were checking out the car, and he's telling us, hey, take a look at this car. Is this a ride or what? Hey, any of you guys got a cigarette? And we couldn't believe it that he was actually like that. We kind of always thought he would be like that. He was exactly like what we thought. So I happened to say to him, hey, Dave, I'm looking under the hood. This beautiful chromed out engine. I said, hey, this is an old straight 8, isn't it, Dave? He says, I don't know, some guy built it for me, but check this out. And he walks me to the back of the car and pops the trunk, and it's all beautifully lined in like velvet, inside there. I said, wow, somebody did a beautiful job in the upholstery here. He's like, no, not that. And he digs into a hidden panel underneath there and pulls it out. And there's all these bottles of booze, all different kinds. And they're sitting on glass, and the glass is underlit. So the light's coming up through the bottles. And he turns and looks at me and says, is this a ride or what? He sat and talked to us for a little while. Even one of our guys, one of our friends there, he let him sit in the car. He said, sit down in that car now. Now I want you to put your hand up on the steering wheel. Yeah, like that. Now get lower. Lower. You sit like that. Yeah. Now, imagine you're cruising down Santa Monica Boulevard, right? Is this a ride or what? Yeah, he was great, though. You know, he sat there and talked with us for a while, and then he took off. Later, I heard he was writing some lyrics in the car while he was driving around. He'd have his bouncer, I don't know, security guy drive him around, and he'd write lyrics in the backseat of that car. And then it was in the Panama video later.
Yeah, that's a great story. Yeah, Dave was really cool. One thing I didn't know at the time, well, the reason he was there is because our band was opening for a guy that used to be in a band called Lace with a guy named John Purdell who produced Ozzy Osbourne, right? So this was after John Purdell left Lace, and the drummer Harry Cook started a new band called Secret Self. And because I knew Harry, we were opening for the gig. And because Harry knew Dave, that's why he was there. Now, one thing that I didn't know at the time, and one thing that Dave didn't know at the time, and I apologize to the Van Halen guys because I didn't know it, but one time around that time, Harry Cook asked me if I knew any guitar players, and I had no idea what it was for. But yeah, I said, yeah, I know one. And I gave him Steve Vai's phone number. Yes, that was me that did that. I'm the guy that gave Harry, who gave Dave Steve Vai's phone number, and that's how he got in the band. It wasn't because of producer Ted Templeman. It wasn't because of what everybody's saying right now. I'm telling you guys right now, that was me. Although I did not know it at the time, I found out later. One time I went into the Troubadour, and I was sitting at the bar, and I look over, and there's Harry Cook, and he says to me, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, by the way, thanks for giving me that phone number. You got Dave, you got Steve Vai and Dave's band." So that's how I found out about it.
What a great story that is. Wow, that's incredible. So let me ask you.
Yeah.
If you got to pick a side of the fence, David Lee Roth, Diamond Dave, great or not so great?
Diamond Dave from Van Halen. I'm going to say great.
I'm going to say great also.
So this is Jett signing off with the ElectroJet Rock Show. Great or not so great? Don't forget to like and subscribe, you rock and rollers out there. I mean, how many people can say that they did that? So I think that should be at least worth a few subscriptions. And the guys that have subscribed so far, all you guys and gals out there, we really appreciate it. You guys are at this point in the show, you're the few and the mighty. So this is Jett signing off with
Professor and
rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Oh Christ! I'm not trying to talk for clapping.